You keep telling yourself you miss them, that it's their voice, their presence, their absence that hurts, that if they just came back, something in you would feel whole again. But maybe, just maybe, you don't really miss them. You miss who you were when you were with them. You miss the version of you that laughed louder, the one that believed in romance again, the one that made playlists and planned weekends and stayed up at 2 a.m. for a meaningless conversation that somehow felt like everything. You miss the glow, the ease, the weightlessness that came from being seen, or at least, thinking you were. They didn't just walk away. They walked away with a part of you that you hadn't yet learned how to hold on your own. And that part, that's what you're grieving. Grief is tricky like that. It wears the face of a person, but hides the shape of a memory. You look at old photos and think, I want that back. But what you want is you. Before the disillusionment, before the second guessing, before the mirror cracked. Because love, when it's fresh, makes you feel like a better version of yourself. You're softer, more open, more alive. Your world expands, not because they change it, but because you let yourself take up more space inside it. And when they leave, it feels like they took the permission with them. Suddenly you shrink again, back into routine, back into numb, back into survival. That's what hurts, not them, not their name or their birthday or the shirt they left behind. It's the loss of the person you became, while you thought you were finally safe. You don't want them, you want the version of you that existed in their presence. The one who didn't flinch at vulnerability. The one who believed they could be chosen and kept. So you scroll through old chats. Not to find them, but to find the you who existed in between those messages. The you who hadn't built new walls yet. The you who still believed the good parts weren't temporary. And maybe you're not heartbroken over what ended. Maybe you're heartbroken over what it made you stop being. Because now, you're more careful, more distant, more edited. You second-guess the things you once said freely. You don't laugh the same way anymore. You don't start sentences with, I feel. Because last time, that sentence cost you too much. But here's the hard truth. That version of you wasn't them. It was you. They didn't bring it out of you. You unlocked it in their presence. And anything that comes from you, can come back to you. Even if they don't. That softness, still in you. That spark, still waiting. That trust in love, bent, maybe, but not gone. You don't need them to return to who you were. You need you to come back and claim what you thought you lost with them. Because the most painful lie grief tells is, you can't be that person again. But you can, and you will, not in the same way, but in a way that's yours. Independent of their approval, free from their memory. They were a mirror, but they weren't your source. You were, you still are, so don't chase them. Chase the version of you that loved fully. Who felt safe, who lit up, who didn't apologize for wanting more. Because that person, they deserve to exist, even without someone else's presence to justify it. And the day you realize you don't miss them anymore, but you're starting to remember you, that's when you'll know, you were never trying to get them back. You were trying to come home to yourself.